Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome once again to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Catholic Christian community. Today is Friday, the 27th day of September in the year of our Lord 2024. If the records are correct, it was on the 27th of September 1989 that the Progressive Liberal Party Member of Parliament and Parliamentary Secretary, the late Wilbert Morse, was sentenced to prison for 6 months after he was accused, charged, and convicted of attempting to bribe a magistrate. So history teaches that that happened on the 27th of September 1989. If I have my records correctly, perhaps we will look at 1989. The former DNA leader, that's Branwell McCartney, he's very frustrated over the leadership of the Free National Movement leader, Michael Pintard. So Branwell McCartney is very critical, and when the question was popped to him, will you resurrect the DNA? Branwell says, never say never. So that might be a clear sign that Branwell McCartney and his cousin will perhaps resurrect the DNA. It's a very powerful, powerful suggestion. So you will read all about it and perhaps hear all about it on Eyewitness News. So that's breaking news. Is Branwell McCartney and his very, very, very close cousin, Dr. Hubert Minnis, conspiring in the background to sever with the Free National Movement and resurrect the DNA? This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Will the F&M split? It's powerful. This is what is going on in the background. DNA members, get ready. Branwell will soon summons us. It's powerful. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Tomorrow is Saturday, the 28th of September, 2024. One of the most evil, unchristian, unholy event shall be celebrated. And in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, it is being led by the transgender community and the lesbian community. Tomorrow, around the world, they will celebrate International Safe Abortion Day. It is the works of the devil. And I want to make it clear. And I want to warn the Progressive Liberal Party publicly. If they adopt that policy, and if they pass into law, international safe abortion for women in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, my days for politics shall come to an end, and I shall not vote. And that will be the end of my involvement in political activity. This is evil. The transgender woman who can't get pregnant, they are in the forefront in the country. And lesbian women who are not interested in taking man's seed and becoming impregnated is leading a powerful trust to legalize abortion. It is the works of the devil. I want to make that clear because I've run my race and I think my time has come now. I've run the race and I think I've endured. But this is wickedness, wickedness, wickedness. And I appeal to women, if you accept my leadership, if you accept my leadership, I call on women to reject this international conspiracy to legalize abortion around the world. For if I am correct, with the statistical evidence that has been sent to me from the United States of America, a land who have been agitating for abortion from time immemorial, a statistical analysis of the people who are being permitted to have abortion, predominantly, I'm advised, I live in the Bahamas, I'm advised that 85% of those desperate women who are slaughtering unborn children are African American and Hispanic. It is a national disgrace, and I call on the Commissioner of Police to prosecute, because there are too many murders taking place in this country. And among the murders that are taking place in this country is the killing of unborn babies. And I have been taught, listening to the campaign of President Donald Trump of the United States of America. He's been president of the most powerful nation on God's earth, the most intellectually gifted nation. Donald Trump say they're now executing the babies. And I believe him. After all, he was president of the United States of America. And that is why it is my hope and prayer that Donald John Trump, by the grace of God and the will of the American people, will continue to fight, Trump. He shall be elected, and he will save babies all over the world. It's the works of the devil. You heard me? International safe abortion is disgraceful. My spiritual advisor, if it pleases you, behold the devil.
Don't worry, we're going to resist the devil, and no doubt he will flee for us. We got a passage today to read from the book of Psalms. Is it 139, producer? I think it's Psalms 139, 13 through 16. I'm reading from the New King James Version, and here's what the passage says. For you formed my inward parts. You covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. Go ahead, producer. Let's see, what else does it say? My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Your eyes saw my substance being yet unformed, and in And in your book they are all written, the days fashioned for me, when as yet there were none of them. Psalms 139, 13 through 16. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Your eyes saw my substance being yet unformed, and in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me, when as yet there were none of them. Very powerful passage indeed. Make no mistake, God is the one responsible for knitting you in your mother's womb. Psalms 139, 13 through 16. Read the passage, study it carefully in your spare time. The word of God is forever and ever blessed. Amen. Thank you so much, producer. Back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor.
Indeed.
I call on Bahamians everywhere to recognize that we are in a period where the devil has taken over control of earthly governments. We are in a period where around the world there is international pressure coming from the United Nations to cause many of us, if it had been possible, to be deceived by the devil as they push an evil, unchristian policy. So we now see in the Bahamas a secret society led by men who refer to themselves as transgender. Yesterday they say they were males, but today they say they are women, and they have refused to become castrated. Therefore, they are frauds and fakers. And then they are backed by a group of women who says that they are lesbian and they are unwilling to submit in a very loving and gentle way to a man, so that there shall be mating and procreation. And so they have been leading a campaign to encourage abortion. And abortion is horrible. We're learning from the campaign of the United States of America, where President Donald Trump is teaching us how it's disgusting, how babies are being killed. And indeed, the president has told us a secret that we outside of America was not aware of. And according to President Donald Trump, who once was the President of the United States of America, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and the man who held the atomic bomb safely for 4 years that they are executing babies. And I regret it, but I have to accept him when I take into consideration what is secretly happening here in the Bahamas. And there's one big international celebration that is taking place, and quietly the transgender, these are not real women. These are men who have the skill to fool society and say, listen, I'm a woman today, and tomorrow they can wake up and say they are a man. But it's been a lie, because a scientific analysis of their DNA will show whether or not they are castrated or not. They are males. And then there's a powerful lesbian lobby, women who do not want to be conquered by men, women who do not want to submit to a man, women who are refusing and rejecting man seed. And all I call on them to do is accept man seed and submit, but they refuse. And now they're leading a crusade to safely commit abortion. And that is why we are seeing in the House of Assembly one of the nastiest assaults on the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And it's being led by those who are upset that the police, the men of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, has stood up against abortion. That's what's going on here in this country. And I'm extremely upset over the fact that there's this big celebration. Can you imagine that we in the Bahamas, and we have been taught that the God of the holy people of holy Israel, he lives in the Bahamas, but we are slaughtering babies, and it's against the law. It's against the law to kill baby. It's against the law to chop up baby in the wombs. It's against the law to scrape the baby off his mother's wombs. And men should never be a part of this evil force to kill man's baby, because these babies don't belong to the woman them. The man they are impregnated. Every child that the woman bears, it belongs to a man, even if the man is a worthless man. These are men, children, and I call on men everywhere to protect their children. It's powerful. I was so saddened today when I began to receive intelligence that the lesbian community has joined up with a bunch of sissy men who they are calling transgender woman to give real woman abortion. I say, have the babies. If you have no place to leave the baby, you bring the baby in Black Village, leave it on my porch, and then I can make the PLP government take care of the baby. But we're not going to kill any babies. It's wicked. Okay? It's powerful. My spiritual advisor, if you have comments.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. This mad march for what is called, well, hidden behind it is what's called Women's Rights Center.
Yes.
All right? And so they're saying that a woman has a right to
commit murder.
Do whatever she wants with her body because it is her body. Listen, there are a lot of women who say that they have a right to sell their bodies. We have a lot of prostitutes in this country. But is prostitution legal? Is prostitution legal in this country?
They have been pushing for it, but
it's illegal,
PLP, while it might be the world's longest, largest, biggest profession, it must remain unlawful.
Yeah, so we understand that women have rights, but not all rights are right. And
there's no right to kill a baby.
But some feel that they have that right too.
They're wrong.
In a lot of countries, abortion is illegal. It's illegal to have an abortion.
In their country, they might have the right to commit murder. In this country, we are trying to hang murderers. all kind of killings taking place in this country.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
but what is so ironic though? Why is a lesbian concerned about abortion when the lesbian will probably not get pregnant in any event?
She's a man hater. She hates man.
I can't understand a lesbian
and hate
pushing.
man seed.
Yeah, I can't understand lesbians pushing this agenda because it doesn't affect them. It has nothing to do with them because they will never get pregnant. They don't like men. They're lesbians.
But you see,
So-
you have to watch out for that because there have been some lesbians
Who end up getting pregnant.
who have been knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with a man knocking up a lesbian. Okay, because I was calling about 30 years ago to determine whether a woman who was purported to be a lesbian did give birth. And having listened to the argument and having asked the doctor, is she really a female? And when the doctor confirmed to me that she was really a female, I ruled that a lesbian, if she finds a real man, she can be knocked right up. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I heard, I don't know if the stats is correct, but I heard between 1970 and 2024, there may have been about 76 million
Wow.
abortions in a particular country. Now,
Which country is this, Mr.
I think it's the United States.
The Americans are wrong. I want them to stop killing
Yeah,
up all
that's-
these beautiful
that's a lot of
babies.
abortion.
76 million?
76 million abortions. Wow.
It's disgraceful. I call on the Americans to stop it. Stop killing God little babies. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know, there are some who have debunked the argument. What if my mother decided to abort me? Me and you would not be having this discussion.
Okay. Well, let's don't look at it that way. My mother didn't abort me,
Right.
so I'm here.
Right. But the reality is, we don't know when we decide to abort a fetus what is going to come forth in the future if this child is given the opportunity to live. It could be a future prime minister. It could be a future leader. I mean, and then some have advanced that, yeah, well, on the one hand, you're talking about a future leader. It could be a future serial killer. But it is what it is.
Lord, protect the babies of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. May the lesbians flee. And may the transgender go to hell. We're not killing these babies. It's against the law. And I call on the Progressive Liberal Party and the FNM to protect the babies, born and unborn. It's powerful. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monka. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. And of course, Bradley is going to pay some bills, aren't you?
Yeah, so let's pay some bills quickly. That one? No. Looking for a quick getaway. Fly Western Air flights daily from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bag. Book your next adventure now at westernAirBahamas.com. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend, anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life. Back to you, Sandra.
This is powerful. Well, folks, we told you that Branwell McCartney, he seems to be very upset with the leader of the opposition, Michael Pintard. You would recall that in June, leading up to the Free National Movement Convention, Branwell McCartney publicly took sides. And I can't blame Branwell. He chose the side of his cousin. That would have been the former Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Alexander Minnis. Blessed is the man who recognized that blood is thicker than water, and having recognized it, ought to put aside that politically and look to see who can provide better stability in politics and better policies. But he said that if Minnis was returned as leader of the FNM, he would join the FNM. And if that didn't happen, he would not. Well, we're now beginning to receive political signals that Branwell is rattling. He's upset with the opposition leader. What is the name of the opposition leader?
That's Michael Pintard.
Michael Pintard. And when challenged as to whether or not he would perhaps resurrect the DNA, I am reliably informed that Branwell has said, never say never. Certainly, Branwell has emerged as the James Bond in Bahamian politics. So perhaps it is a subtle suggestion that he's very, very upset with Michael Pintard's leadership. And who knows, maybe him and his dearest cousin, that would be the former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Minnis, may very well come together and resurrect the DNA. So that will be very interesting. So an attempt to reach Branwell was not successful, but I'm certain that Branwell knows precisely what needs to be done. So that is a very interesting development taking place. Now, you would take note that a Negro man the other day was accused of the rape of a senior citizen, and the Director of Public Prosecution, they perhaps negotiated and came to an agreement that he would accept guilt in return for perhaps 9 years. By this new legal position in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, it is argued that it prevents victims who have been sexually traumatized and who may have had or suffer other physical abuses. It prevents them from having to relive it, having to go in the witness box and to testify, and perhaps subject to cross-examination. So the 22-year-old who admitted that he raped an 81-year-old woman, he was sentenced to prison. Now, an interesting thing has developed. two people, both of whom are acting. One is the acting Minister of Social Service, that's the Honorable Zane Lightburn. And the other one is the acting Director of Social Service, a Negro lady by the name of Charlamagne Fernanda. It's key. So let's focus on these two acting personalities. Both of these wonderful citizens are concerned about sexual abuses and other crimes being committed against senior citizens, which is the proper thing. And they feel that persons who commit crime against senior people should really suffer the law. I'm going to give you an example to show you that notwithstanding how that sounds good, something is wrong. So there is a woman who's a senior citizen. She is not the victim of any crime. No one has robbed her. No one has raped her. But guess what she needs? She needs a voucher so that she can live in dignity and get food. Note what I said. She's not a victim of any crime, but she's old. Charlamagne Fernanda, who is talking up for old people, refuses to give the woman the food voucher. Did you hear what I just told you? So this woman, and when I use the word woman, I'm talking about females, senior people that she wants to protect, but don't want to provide them with food. She opens them to being raped, because that old woman might now be compelled to walk down the road to see if she could run into somebody where she could perhaps hustle a morsel and in the process run into a crime. But here we have on the front page of the newspaper, Charlamagne Fernanda. I wondered who that Negro woman was. This is the first time that her identity has been revealed to me. And I wanted to know, who is this woman whose heart is so hot that she doesn't think that an old woman who's asking for food should not be given it? Do you hear what I just said? Let's go a step further. The minister who's acting, Zane Lightburn, he's the acting Minister of Social Service. He knows about the old woman who needs the food. And he is acting. He wouldn't give it to her. But he's in the House of Assembly concerned about old people getting raped and how we should punish those who rape old people. And I agree with him. We should punish those who rape old people, but we should punish everybody who rape anybody. And if you think that 30 years is the crime, is the penalty, he never said that, for raping an old woman, it must be equally the penalty for raping a young person. But in all this big talk, I had to put down the newspaper and just walk away and suck my teeth. Because here, these two great black people defending old people, but don't want to feed them. Now, watch out for me. Don't want to feed them. So I want acting Director of Social Services, Mrs. Charlamagne Fernanda, to reflect on what I just said, to repent, and give food voucher to every old person who show up and say, I need it. Come on, what the heck y'all think this is? All right? I need it. And Zane Lightburn should be ashamed, because in the midst of the sacrifice of that old woman, I told her, stand fast in the liberty which Christ has set you free, and be ye not entangled with the F&M, because Zane Lightman is going to be the PLP candidate, and when he comes, he shall deliver you. I just tired of these people, man. But he in the House of Assembly talking that. Yeah, I agree with him. Let's don't rape the old people. But I say, let's feed them. I tired of people telling me all kind of foolish reason. You would recall that a couple weeks ago, I've had a woman who would call and complain about the garbage ain't moved from this part of Fox Hill. She ain't know where Fred Mitchell is. He wouldn't visit her. Well, guess what? She called. Her number was trapped. I quickly sent it to Fred Mitchell. The next thing I know, when I took the adjournment, the woman called me rejoicing. She said, Mr. Monka, Fred Mitchell called me. I said, really? She said, yes. And I didn't go any further. I said, well, praise the Lord. She celebrated that Fred Mitchell, she told me. I'm going by what she told me. She said, Fred Mitchell called her. But this was a woman who used to tell me the garbage ain't moved. And so I would dispatch somebody, go see where her garbage is. And when he reached there, ain't no garbage. And she run, I don't want to use the word game, but she complained, and then I got her number. I sent it to Fred Mitchell because I knew he wanted to find that woman. Now the woman is celebrating. She calls me bragging, Monka, Mr. Mitchell called me. I use that example to say, yeah, it's nice. I thought Zane Lightman gave a wonderful speech in the House of Assembly. I thought Charlamagne Fernandez spoke well about how we got to protect the old people. But I want her to know, not only do we have to protect them, we must feed them. What the heck y'all think this is? Now, I'm in a very unique position where hundreds of people complain to me. All right? I've reached a stage now where I have to go in communities and give old people their medicine. Because what am I to do if the woman say to me, I ain't got nobody to give me the medicine? And if I would come, and I turn to Marcus and I say, Marcus, we got the government car park here. The old woman says, she ain't got nobody to give her the medicine. Let's go give it to her. These people get me mad. Man, these people get me mad. Man, these people get me angry. So there they are in the newspaper. They sound good. It's a beautiful article. They want to protect the old people from getting raped. But I don't want to feed them.
So it's a hypocrisy, eh?
Yes!
Oh, boy. You cut the man down, man. Son.
Right?
I suppose he has a genuine interest in making sure that old people are protected.
My spiritual advisor.
That's what I'm saying.
My spiritual
you see
advisor.
what you do, right?
Are you listening to me?
Wow.
I got a similar problem in Grand Bahama, where the woman, her nephew has a medical problem. There's been communication between me and the health minister. I said to the woman, well, listen to me, you need to find Crazy Thompson. Go to Crazy Thompson, take the child to him, take your daddy to him, and then tell Crazy Thompson, I say, to call Dr. Michael Dowell.
Crazy, it's crazy.
And then when he called Michael Darville, tell him what the situation, and tell Crazy Thompson, I say, to call Miles LaRoda. That's what I told the woman. All right? I got her number where she said to me, give it out publicly to Crazy Thompson. After a man called yesterday saying the Crazy Thompson office is open. And I said to the woman, listen, a man called yesterday saying the Crazy Thompson office is open. She said, Monica, guess what? I ain't got no trance to get to his office and nobody answering his phone. And I got my daddy, and my daddy out of his head. He got Alzheimer's. I don't know what to do. But I did offer a couple of weeks ago, if Crazy Thompson or somebody in his branch would give me a call so I could give him the woman number, living right in his constituency. So here we have all these people talking about a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, you don't want the woman getting raped. Well, the next woman who get raped, she's going to get raped hungry. God forgive me. All right? So these are things I have to put up with. And it's sad. Why do you think I asked Dr. Michael Darville about community? Mercy. Why do you think I asked him? I asked him because it dawned on me, wow, old people will call me. And if they call me saying nobody to God to give them the medicine and they can't see, I tell Marcus, come take me by this person. Let me see where this medicine is and let me give it to them. Because I getting old and I so need people to give me my medicine.
That's deep.
All right? I'm annoyed. All right? I'm annoyed and I'm cursing out everybody. Okay? I'm annoyed and I'm cursing out everybody. So there is the acting director, a female. All right? And she don't want to give old people, because her argument is they got a nice house or they got a nice bed and so forth. Yeah, there are many people who got a nice house, but broke. There are many people who perhaps live in good environment, but ain't got nothing to eat. So it's the government money. It's taxpayers' money. So what the heck this is? I give you all the example where Algernon Allen and Mother Pratt went into the White Grove and start patching up roof. When I got words of that, I confront them. Say, I don't play. What you doing in the White Grove? What are y'all doing in the White Grove fixing roof? And when they finished with me, I took shame. And I back off. And I said, you know something? Algernon Allen and Mother Pratt were right. Because they were Bahamians. Yeah, they live in the White Grove. But the roof was leaking. And they couldn't afford to fix it. And that is why Bindling started, him and Arthur Hanna, urban renewal. Show me some urban renewal Ministry of Health photograph where there are young people that the Progressive Liberal Party has employed through the Ministry of Housing on people's roof. Perhaps we'll show it to you afterward. That's all I'm saying. It's annoying. And it is as if Zane Lightburn does not remember what the Prime Minister said at a rally in Mount Moriah, the constituency of, whose constituency, who's the MP of Mount Moriah?
Mount Moriah, that's
Michael Barnaby.
Okay.
The Prime Minister told every PLP, every street worker, every captain, every general, every candidate to take care of the people and get ready for the election. And now they got an acting director who's a female with a hard heart. See, I know the people business because they complain to me. They complain to me. All right? Give these old people food. Yeah, let's protect them from rape. Yeah, let's put the cat and nine tail on whoever want to rape people. But you got to feed them and allow them to live in dignity. Don't have them sitting down on the bench at social service all day. No. Let's treat people with dignity. You want to be treated with dignity, so let's treat the old people with dignity. Let's treat the poor people with dignity. After all, whose money it is? It's the government's money. It's the people's money. And if you are in a position and I show up, don't mind me wearing goat suits. If I show up and say, boy, I'm hungry, you know. Give me a little bit of food. You don't know what the problem is. Since I asked you for the food, give it to me. You ain't got to talk bad to me. You ain't got to tell me why I didn't use the work. You ain't got to tell me, boy, that's what you get for not getting a good education. You ain't got to do that to me because it ain't your money. It's the people's money. And I'm tired of it. And now the Zane Lightman is the acting Minister of Social Service. I'm going to send him confidentially his constituent name, and then I'll sit back to see if he can tell me that Charlamagne Fernandez say that the old woman ain't qualified and the woman is hungry. And listen, fundamentally in this country, we are not a saved people. Remember what I told you was fundamentally wrong, you know. People are not saved, they're not sanctified, they're not full of the Holy Ghost, and then many times when they're talking in tongue, there's nobody to interpret it. Because they're talking rubbish. All right? Just annoyed by these things that are happening in this society, and there's no need for it. Okay? You can't have PLPs telling me, you know something, Monica, I vote no more. Now when PLP starts saying, I vote no more, what you think will happen? We, the FNM, we will walk in. See, we, the FNM, we can walk in. We can grab power, because we can be able to say, the PLP ain't take care of their stalwarts, so they ain't vote. And so we, the FNM, can take power. You want us back? Huh? You want us back? One day of the PLP in power is greater than my party being in power for 5 years. Because you know what we do when we get in power. Don't forget what we do, you know. As soon as we got in power and it was time to give away $50 million worth of contract, because I was very black in the party, Minister didn't see me. See, I was very black in the party. But when he looked, he saw my esteemed brother, Brent Simonet. Because in the dark, Brent Simonet is the brightest. He got the $50 million contract. Okay? Think about what I just said. All right? In the FNM, Menace, when he looked at the council, most of us were very, very Negroid. And he couldn't see us. But by Graham, Brent Simonet had curly hair, good looks, and nice color. All right? And Minister took good care of him. So if PLPs won't go back to that, y'all keep not taking care of PLPs. And when the people come, don't worry about their politics. Do not worry about their politics. Just treat everybody good. Why? I'm an FNM. I'm an FNM. But how did I vote? PLP. You sell life is? And by graph. If the FNM calls a convention, what do you think I can do? I'm going back to it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I guess they can cut another movie on you again.
when, and if we have a national fair, the last fair that the FNM had, I was welcomed by Brent Simonet, Dr. Dwayne Sands, and the deputy leader, Shannon Dorr Cartwright. And take it from me, if I wanted popcorn, Shannon Dorr would have bought me a hot dog, Brent Simonet would have bought me popcorn, and Dr. Sands would have bought me a bottle of nice water. So that's all I'm saying. Remember who I am, you know. I'm FNM. See, if we win the election, I show up at the headquarters, and I say to them, brothers, now you all know I was voting PLP, but I say FNM, and they'll welcome me home, based on the Bible. Because behold the prodigal son, and they will have to kill the fattest calf, because I ain't eating no pig. So they have to, all right? So I want Zane Lightman to take care of that PLP stalwart, or we can fall out. And I want him to direct the acting director of social services. She must take care of old people. I don't care what their politics are. All right? Take care of old people. And then continue to champion that we shouldn't be raping our ma and our grandma. We shouldn't be doing that. But you got to feed them, treat them with dignity, all right? And stop keeping them sitting down all day and treating them with disrespect. All right? I finished with that. My spiritual advisor, any comments?
No comments, Senator.
Yeah. Lord, have mercy on my Negro soul. There's so many things happening in this country that, you know, we're not safe. All right? Are you safe? Are you safe? Are you demonstrating love? Are you carrying out the social policies of the governing Progressive Liberal Party? Are we taking care of the poor? All right? It's powerful. God save senior citizens everywhere. God save the poor, for they shall be with us. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and I just received a call from the Conky-Joe people in Great Abaco. I have to get back to them I just want to make sure, I want social service to recognize that even every senior person, okay, I wanted to take good care of the senior people in Great Abaco, because the people of Great Abaco, they joined me in supporting the Progressive Liberal Party. And the PLP has to hold on to the County Joe people. The County Joe people are wonderful supporters of the PLP, and there must be justice. Okay? I don't want no foolishness, because if the County Joe people start to complain to me, I'm going to be upset, and I shouldn't be upset. Okay? But I thank the County Joe lady for calling me, and called me about 6:15 so we can have more talks. Is it time for birthdays, my spiritual advisor?
Yes, it is. So
We're going to take birthdays, okay?
put on silent.
Okay.
Would you?
Yeah, well, we shall put it on silence.
All right, we got a couple of birthday shout-outs to today. Is it listening? Yes. Jamal and Chippy. We'd like to wish two nephews. Father and son. Forgive me. Father and son, Jamal, Fadi, Chippy, and Jalen Brown. A happy birthday. And Brandon, it's coming from your wife, Alvaro, and your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, and all the rest of the family in Brandon. Also in Andrews, especially your two grandmothers. Okay, so happy birthday to Jamal, Father, Chippy, and Jalen Brown. Denia Seymour is having a special happy birthday. Happy birthday to Denia Seymour in Cat Island. It's coming from your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, and all your cousins in Brooklyn. They love you. Enjoy your special birthday. Emma Rule. We would like to wish Emma Rule a happy 74th birthday. It's coming from her two daughters, Monique and Mazette, the son Cameron, all the grandchildren as well, all your family, friends, and those who love you. Enjoy your day, Emma Rule. Abril Parker. We'd like to send birthday greetings to niece Abril Parker, who's celebrating 33 years today. Greetings coming from her daughter, Isaiah, her mom, Sonia, her brothers, Kenyon, and couple 3110, Geronimo Parker, Aunt Tricia, her besties, PC 4765, Ashmore Menace, Jewel, Patronique I should say, Lorenzo and Pluggy, the porch crew, and all who love you. Enjoy your day. Happy birthday to Abril Parker. Okay, Terry Ann Roma. Happy birthday to Terry Ann Roma. Coming from the children, her grandchildren, great-grandchildren, sisters and brothers. Terry Ann Roma, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Easy Monroe, Mackenzie of Abaco. That's Easy Monroe, Mackenzie of Abaco. Coming from her dad, Felix Monroe Sr., her mother, sisters and brothers, all the family of the Transfiguration Baptist Church. So happy birthday to Easy Mackenzie Monroe. All right, we want to wish Keyshawn Gibson a very special congratulations for the People's Choice Award. Congratulations for your hard work and continue to strive for excellence. This is powerful. The Bahamian people love you. Congratulations, Keisha Gibson. All right, luckily that's it. What do you have, Sandra?
Well, my spiritual advisor, I would hope that you would have included the birthdays that were sent to me. So I want to wish each and every citizen a happy, happy birthday. And of course, I also wish you a wonderful anniversary. That's it. Powerful. That's it?
Absolutely.
Well, today is the 27th of September 2024. And history teaches us, if we have it correctly, that it was on the 22nd, that it was on the 27th of September 1989 that the late Member of Parliament for Crooked Island, Long Bay, Keys, and Auckland, the late Wilbert Morse was sentenced to 6 months in prison, having been convicted by a magistrate and then transferred his case to the Supreme Court. There, the then Chief Justice, Sir Telford Georges, remanded him, sentenced him to prison for 6 months. He was represented by J. Henry Boswell. You would recall that I told you that this case emanated from the fact that Mr. Wilbert Morse had a constituent. He was not yet safe. And he was involved, him and other young people, in drug smuggling. And they were arrested. And the young man, he and his father, they got together and they asked Wilbert if he would go to NASA because he was their parliamentary representative and he was also a parliamentary secretary in the office of the Prime Minister. So they wanted him to go have a talk with the then magistrate and take a gift of $10,000 to her, and in return the learned magistrate was supposed to either acquit the drug smugglers and or quash the case. Well, Wilbert Morse did go to see the magistrate, and having met with her in her chambers, he offered her $10,000. The magistrate became extremely paranoid because there was a period in the country when Hubert Ingram, Perry Christie, they had all fall out with Pinley, and the magistrate, in an indirect manner, was connected to them. So the magistrate, having heard what Wilbert Morse's proposition was, she, after he left, would have politely departed her court, and she walked down to the United States Embassy on Queens Street. There the American had an ambassador, a Carol Hallett. And Miss Hallett, when she became the U.S. ambassador, the Americans sent the Bahamas a signal by sending her on a DEA plane. You know the DEA? It's the Drug Enforcement Agency of America. It was assigned to the people of the Bahamas that the United States, while they and many of their agencies were involved in the facilitation of drug smuggling, they were not going to allow us to do it. And so political pressure was brought to bear, and Sean McQueenie, Senator Sean McQueenie, he would have been the Attorney General having succeeded Paul Lawrence Adley. So it was decided that we had to investigate. We couldn't cover up this one because the magistrate, she gone and talked, and she told the Americans. Well, an investigation commenced, and it was led by my uncle. Watch out for me. And he is deceased, retired Chief Superintendent Dwight Alexander Moncur. So Uncle Dwight and other officers began to conduct the investigation, and to their shock, the evidence was so overwhelming. So they had to recommend prosecution. Wilbert Morse was prosecuted. Well, at the stage, Wilbert became paranoid, and he then looked for a good friend. Now, traditionally, if you are involved in any criminal activities, you look to the F&M, because they have some of the best criminal lawyers. So he looked to the F&M, and he retained the services of the Boswicks. And
why don't leave these people alone? My
I'm
brother,
giving
seriously though,
history.
You've been bothering these people for years,
wow. And so
man. Leave the Boswicks
John
alone, man.
Henry Boswick, he took the case and the case came up before a class teacher of mine, a man who taught me at C.C. Sweeting, who left the Bahamas, became an attorney, returned to the Bahamas, got a job. His name was Joe Alfred. So Joe Alfred would have heard the case, the magistrate testified, I went to court. I'm not relying on hearsay. I went to court, I sat in court, I listened to the evidence. So the magistrate took the box, and after swearing, the presiding magistrate listened to her evidence, and when she was finished, John Henry Boswick put a series of questions to her, but the magistrate, it was clear to Mr. Boswick that the magistrate was honorable and was honest. So when it was all over, it didn't take Mr. Joe Alfred long. He said he was satisfied that the magistrate was an honorable citizen, a woman of integrity. He therefore convicted Wilbert Moss, and he then referred the sentencing to the Supreme Court. There Wilbert Moss was taken before then Chief Justice Sir Telford Georges. On the date in question, standing outside of the Supreme Court was Hubert Ingram and the then Attorney General, Sean McQueenie. When I arrived, I met them standing outside the Supreme Court. Wilbert Moss was sentenced to prison for 6 months. He refused to pursue the honorable path, which is if a member of parliament is sentenced to prison, you are required through convention to resign. Now, in reality, he didn't have to resign unless he was sentenced to prison for 1 year and 1 day. If you go to jail for 1 year and 1 day, you're disqualified, unless, of course, you could get the parliament to agree, okay, go to jail, and when you come back, you can take your seat. So it is alleged that Pinling had to go to the prison to see Wilbert Moss in the quiet of the evening and say to him, Wilbert, the convention is that you should resign. If you resign, I shall release you. Well, Wilbert Moss did resign, and Pinling released him. Years later, the rascal that he went to the magistrate to bribe, he became saved, and he became a bishop. And so I had spoken about this story on the show, but I was unaware that he had found Jesus. And one morning he showed up to where I was. He told me that he wanted to make a confession. Well, I didn't know who he was. I said, well, have a seat. Then he told me who he was. He said that Jesus has saved him. He wants to confess to me that he was a big-time drug smuggler. He wants to confess to me that him and his dad did ask Wilbert Moss to go to the magistrate. He said, but we didn't give him $10,000. I said, really? How much did you give him? He said, we give Wilbert $100,000 to give to the magistrate. I said, what? But Wilbert only take $10,000 to the magistrate. That is what he told me. So I said, well, you're not smuggling now. He said, no. Jesus has saved his soul. He's now a bishop in the most southern parts of the Bahamas. And so I was happy that he no longer smuggled drugs. So it's a wonderful story, and I thank God that a bishop who had gone astray before he found Jesus, came to see me, repented, told me what the facts are. So the last time I heard from the bishop, he is still obeying the laws. And instead of fishing for coke, he's now fishing for fish. So I thank God for that as we celebrate the 35th anniversary of the late Honorable Wilbert Moss being sentenced to His Majesty's prison. God save the King. It's powerful. My spiritual advisor.
And listening to your history,
Yeah.
I remember that case.
You remember that?
Yeah.
35 years ago.
Wilbur Moss, did he have an office someplace on Woodford?
That is highly possible because he was a very large landowner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's very possible that he could have. I do know that on Palmetto Avenue, he has an office and a number of apartments in that part of the Coconut Grove subdivision. But I won't be surprised if you do find an office on Wolf Road for him.
Yeah, an office someplace on Wolf Road, yeah.
So it was a sad thing. But he was a man who loved his constituents. And so we have to teach our politicians that you must love your constituents, but you must not love them to the extent that it causes you to become a fool and you go to a court to bribe the magistrate. Okay? That is unlawful. Okay? You can't bribe the magistrate. That is illegal. You can't bribe the judge. That's disgraceful. You never do that. Okay? In fact,
By injustice.
if you see the judge, you break off, run. I used to do it, you know. There was a very senior woman judge, and one day somebody told me that my cousin, Mr. D'Aguilar, he got this special shop that sell organic chicken. And, you know, in my Haitian ancestry, we love wild chicken. So I go to buy the organic chicken, which was very expensive. I have to complain to D'Aguilar about that when I see him. It's amazing. That chicken costs like about $30.
Yeah, that's because it's special.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's different though. It's not.
Don't tell me it's different. D'Aguilar, I'm his cousin. He could have told
Any
them.
organic you're gonna find is kind of pricey, so.
Yeah, but he could have told them if Monica shows up,
Pricey, sorry.
don't charge him $30 because I didn't eat it that day. And then this judge show up and I break off run. And when I started running, the security became alarmed. So I said, I'm not stealing. I'm hiding from the judge. He said, okay, Monica. So I run round and round the Aguilar store because I was trying to hide from the judge. I hide from judges, you know. These days I can't hide from them because I can't run no more. So this is powerful. Remembering a very powerful historic occasion that took place in this country 35 years ago. Today is powerful. Okay, my spiritual advisor, what time is it now?
Mr. Producer, I sent you an audio. I think it's like 4 minutes and 1 second. We just want to play a couple of seconds of it. It's the Free National Movement Chairman, Dr. Drain Sands, talking about potholes. While he's talking about potholes, I want to show you some of the potholes. You have it, right? You can't play it? Okay. Yeah, I just sent it. It's just an audio, actually. Let's see. This right here. I sent that, and I sent you some photos of some potholes that's just through my corner. We're trying to figure if we get some help from the Ministry of Works, man, to deal with these potholes that's vexing a lot of Bahamians. Or if you want to, you can just show. But I see where the chairman of the Free National Movement is addressing the issue with potholes and trying to get the government to see how best they can hurry up address this. I know through Marshall Road we have about 17 or 18 potholes just on one strip alone. I think I did see guys coming out to square them off or something like that. I think they kind of put a square or rectangular shaped thing on them. And I don't know how long after that it takes for them to tar these potholes, but just the potholes is a vexing problem all over New Providence, basically. And
Is it raining all over New Providence?
Well, in some areas, yeah.
Okay. Do you know?
We had challenges. We've had a lot of rain
that it
lately.
rained last night?
It just rained about an hour ago.
Okay. Do you know
Look
that
at that
most of the street?
Look at that.
Where's that street?
This is Marshall Road West.
Okay.
Where I live. Look at that.
When was that paved?
That road was paved about 12, 13 years ago.
Who's in power?
I can't tell you. And I'm not even going down this road.
Well, I'm going down the street.
All right?
I'm going down the street.
Sonny, you know something? I
My
just hate
spiritual
it.
advisor.
Give me a second, man. Let me lodge my complaint
My
first.
spiritual advisor.
Let me lodge my complaint first. When I'm done,
spiritual
then
advisor.
you can run on.
You're not an F&M.
This thing ain't nothing to do with F&M, Rodney.
Dr. Dwayne Sands is not your doctor. And I want you to know...
He's chairman of the Free National Movement,
yes, and I want you to know...
He's lodged a legitimate complaint for behaving people concerning potholes.
But the complaint should have been like this.
Can we hear what he has to say,
right?
Producer? Give me... Okay. Yeah, but in the meantime...
My spiritual advisor...
Sandra, can I talk to the Ministry of Works, please?
The complaint...
I'm not complaining to you, because you can't help me.
I could help you.
You can't help me.
I can. I have...
You know Luther Smith?
I have the phone number to the government.
Okay, good. So can you...
Let me stop you for a second. I have the phone contact to the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Okay.
What you mean?
What about the Ministry of Works?
Now, let's get something in perspective.
Who's in charge of Ministry of Works?
You don't know who's the minister?
Isn't it Adrian? No, it's not, no, sorry. What's the guy from Abaco? What's his name?
Which guy from Abaco?
Who's the Minister of Works, man?
It's not a guy from Abaco.
The Caucasian gentleman, what's his name?
We have many Caucasians in our party.
Clay Sweeten, man.
I want you to be very respectful.
He's the minister. He's the minister of Works, right?
Yeah.
Great. Now, what's his constituency?
When you say what is his constituency?
Is he an MP?
He's a member of Parliament.
Parliament 4. Not Abaco?
No.
Is it? No?
No.
What is he?
He's an Elutra.
Elutra. Sorry, forgive me. Forgive me.
So
we definitely don't want.
So let's get this clear. As an F&M, I call on my spiritual advisor to be honest. There are roads that have not been working well. So who you think I complained to? I went to see Hubert Ingram some time ago, and I said, Papa. Wow, Hubert Ingram spent $70 million on the road.
Man, we ain't talking about that.
So I went, I want to show you something. So I went to see Hubert Ingram at a secret location. I said, Papa, the road that you spent $70 million on, what's going on? Why should I not complain to Hubert Ingram on the road when Hubert Ingram designed the road?
No, they ain't designed the one where it is.
Right?
That's where I'm complaining.
That road where you are, was that not done under Ingram's administration?
No, it wasn't, no.
So who did it?
Gotta be the PLP.
It gotta be. So you must prepare yourself.
Anyway, Francis Clark knew what I'm talking about. I think he may have been the engineer in the Ministry of Works at the time.
Francis Clark.
Good morning. Today is the 26th of September, and I am Dwayne Sands, the chairman of the Free National Movement. Now, most residents in New Providence have a pothole story. As a matter of fact, all over the country, especially in Long Island and other islands, Bahamians have pothole stories. Many people have fallen into potholes and damaged their vehicles or gotten a flat tire. People know that they got to navigate certain areas and neighborhoods because of the potholes all over the place. Some roads have just about as much potholes as they do asphalt. So you better drive slow if you don't.
All right, we'll finish playing on the next side. This is Freedom March.
This is Freedom March. My spiritual advisor is unprepared. The roads my chairman is talking about, they're Hubert Ingram roads. God save the king. We'll be right back after the break. It's powerful today. Hold on, everybody. Hold in the roll. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. Do we have bills to pay?
Yeah, we got two ads, yes. Looking for a quick getaway. Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure now at westernairbahama's.com. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with MoneyMax. Download the MoneyMax app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend, anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. MoneyMax. Live your Max life. And this is powerful. Back to you, Sandra.
Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. You had on a tape with Dr. Dwayne Sands. Shall we continue to hear the tape?
Where we actually had the call-in segment.
Shall we continue to hear the tape?
All right, producer.
Goodness of
If
mercy.
you please.
Won't fall in one of them lakes. And God help you when it rain and the water covers up the pothole and you can't see them. Now, a couple of weeks ago, a senior woman, in her 60s, told me about her pothole nightmare. She was dropping her granddaughter to school after a heavy rain and she turned off a main road to avoid traffic. The water was settled deep, but bam! She fell into a pothole and got not one, but two flat tires one time. Now, thankfully, she was able to call someone to take her grandchild to school and to help her to go to a tire shop to repair the tires. But she had to have someone stay with her vehicle so nobody would fool with it. She had to find the money to repair the tires, and she had to pay someone to put the tires back on. So let's just say this was not a good day for her. Now, she's a praying woman, and she thanked God that it wasn't worse, and that neither she nor her granddaughter got injured. But you see, like her, everybody has at least one pothole story. Many people have had to pay, sometimes hundreds, sometimes $1,000 or more to fix their car because of these bad roads. So yes, after 3 long years in office, the PLP still can't fix the roads. There's a big pothole right in front of my gate. If you can't fill something as easy as potholes, you can't fix the big things like BPL, like bringing down the murder rate, like improving healthcare. From side roads to major thoroughfares, we got potholes all over the place. And so maybe if the Prime Minister stayed home more, he would know how many and how much people are suffering from these bad roads that the PLP keep promising to fix. They do a little paving here, they do a little paving there, but there doesn't seem to be a plan to substantially fix the roads. There is a section of East Bay Street, highly trafficked by Bahamians and tourists, that's in terrible shape. It's an embarrassment that the PLP can't even pave parts of East Bay Street, which is the main route to Atlantis. If you're traveling to the Family Islands or going to the International Departure Terminal, the LPIA, part of the road before you reach the terminal is in horrible shape. And so, at our main international airport, hundreds of thousands of Bahamians and tourists have to travel over a bumpy, uneven, bad patch of road. The Minister of Tourism likes to brag about tourism numbers. If you want to brag about something, go fix that bad patch of road at LPIA. The Prime Minister don't care because he gets chauffeured to the VIP lounge in his $250,000 BMW. And so, Mr. Prime Minister, if you really want to be a big man at home, fix the potholes, fix the roads, keep the roundabouts and verges clean and mowed on a regular basis. We know you spend most of your time traveling and having fun. But can you at least do the very minimum and give us some decent roads?
All right, the lines are open up. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. You can call us if you want to discuss, if you have potholes in your area, in the front of your yard, we can discuss. Did you show the potholes in the front of my yard there, Miss Medusa. I'm really sick and tired. Honestly, it's crazy, man. I've already damaged and bent one rim already, having to deal with these massive potholes. There are 17 in total on Marshall Road West that needs some attention. The Ministry of Works, Clay Sweden, Luther Smith, please help us out, man. We need to get these potholes sorted out.
Let me do a quick shout out to these men. So I want to shout out to a group of men who are working through the Ministry of Housing. Are you ready? M.J. Lang, Don White, Harry Saunders, he hails from West End, Grand Bahama, Leslie Bannister, and Shaquille Williams. So these are a group of men who are assigned in the inner city working on a number of housing projects. So this is powerful. You may now continue.
The lines are open. Call us 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good afternoon, Randy Malka.
Sir,
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Special Advisor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon.
I say good afternoon, but I want to know how are you?
I'm doing fine, sir.
That's why I asked you, my brother. I want to know you're doing well. I don't want you to be on any other place. But listen, Special Advisor. There's a lady in Running Mountain. There's a lady going around who wants abortion to be legal in the small islands of the Bahamas, where 390 Bahamians survive, among others that are overpopulated. In 1973 or 1972, when abortion was legal in the United States, the deal was to cut the black race down, but it turned over. Most of the people who doing abortion was the white Americans. But Special Advisor,
Yes, sir.
I want you to read the Bible what God says. If you harm one of my little children, I need you to tell the general public who believe in abortion what would happen. But I want you to read that when I hang up. But I also want my people in Parliament, Warren Miller, Reverend Warren Miller, Reverend Leroy Major, and all of my Christian PLP females in Parliament, stand up against this wickedness. This is a Christian nation. If you go on to God to judge this nation, kill babies. But if you want God to bless this nation, God to bless Abraham, who blessed Abraham. I will curse who cursed Abraham. If you curse and kill God's children, you will be cursed. Bahamian will become like a national trust, Special Advisor, if you allow the large population of Bahamian future generation be killed through the evil wickedness of abortion. I rebuke that woman, that Jezebel, who want to kill our Bahamian out by legalizing abortion. Special Advisor.
Yes, sir.
I need you to read it. I need you to know I'm your punk leader. I stand for righteousness. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, caller. Take care. 323-7775 is the number to call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hey, Special Advisor.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah. You remember when I called in reference to that bad pavement that was on Carl Road?
Yeah, and they corrected it, actually.
Yeah, they corrected, but you remember it was some white people on the bad pavement before, right?
There was a what?
Some bad people, somebody intentionally letting people they driving and they just letting people drip on the road on the newly paved road, right?
Is it at the same spot?
That was, yeah, and I noticed they rectified the bad paving white, but I noticed white thing is on the new pave that they just recently did.
Wow.
Let one need see that he's the air to Wayne Monroe. Let them check that out back.
Yeah, but that's the Ministry of Works. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'll take a look at it. Yeah, thank you so much, caller. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the Senator.
Sir,
God save the King.
and the Negro people.
Well, yeah. Listen, it's amazing how well persons like Dwayne Sands them is fit into their opposition role and study their script perfectly in opposition. But when they get in power, they ostracize the nurses. They ostracize the doctors. No medication in the hospital. The hospital looked like under the back of the arm. And subsequently, disrespect the competent authority and lost his portfolio. It's amazing, eh? And now they're trying to politicize potholes when this entire country is a pothole. Because Dwayne Sands knows the biggest power man in the country is the Free National Movement. So brave them in trouble with little pop when they are in power. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks so much, caller. Take care. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Good afternoon, spiritual advisor. Good afternoon, Senator.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
God save
I
the
just calling
king.
to tell Mr. Munker I agree with everything what he said about social service. It's terrible. It seems as if since this government came in, they took so much of the senior people off the food assistance program. And like he said, they do come and visit these people's house. They didn't realize that the people are senior citizens. They done work. They done achieve what they want to make themselves comfortable. And if they run short and they need a voucher, they do them so bad. I feel so bad for them. They sit there from 9:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes they don't get until 3 o'clock. Mr. Munker is right. Somebody needs to take a stand for the senior citizen in this country, especially the ones that goes to social service for a voucher. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks so much for your contribution. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Mr. Malcolm.
Sir,
Hey, I'm a young fellow for 31 years old.
okay?
Been living the Providence all my life.
Yes.
That fellow who been on the radio talking about the road. Boy, who's that him?
I don't
Boy,
know.
he's a nice fellow. 'Cause I be sitting on, sometimes I be on the road, and this road is so bad, man. And you know why we, as the poor people, is feeling it and not the MPs? They
Why?
getting cars donated to them. When they drop in that pothole, blow a tire, break up, no control arm, that gets
Right.
fixed for them going in
There's
the
something,
pocket.
eh? Yeah, easily replaced. Yep.
Yep, and then
Yep.
one like me working a 9 to 5, only making $300. When I buy the tire, I gotta go pay my license, keep some grocery in the house. I gotta put the spare on the car, and try to see if I can make it to work again.
What area do you live in?
I live in Joe Farrington Road. The road is
Oh, it's
really,
bad.
really bad.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. Yeah, man. Oh, my
Who's
God.
your
Terrible.
MP?
And it's been going on a little while now.
Who's
They
your
putting the
MP?
patches down and then really enough to patch back up again.
Yeah.
Don't close the road off.
Who's your
again. Right.
MP?
You agree with me, sir?
Who is your member of parliament?
Leslie Price.
Have you gone to her constituency office and lodged a complaint?
Not as yet, sir, but I'm sure she's of the use the road just like me.
So I'm going to suggest that you should lodge a complaint for the record. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
You do well. Take good care.
Yes, sir.
All right.
323-7775. Thank you, caller. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Hello, caller. You there? 698-0775 and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
A very blessed good afternoon. Mr. Spiritual Advisor
Yes, sir.
and Mr. Manka.
Sir.
I'd like to send out a shout to all the senior citizens around the Commonwealth of Bahamas, especially those around the family islands, to the sick and to the shortened, and to every family which are about to deposit a loved one back to mother's earth. And let us continue to pray for that mother who was about to deposit her 3 sons back to mother's earth, that God will give her the strength and the courage. And let us continue to pray for the male chiefs of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And let us continue to pray that we don't have no murder doing this weekend by the grace of God. And the Bible says the family that prays together stays together. And y'all have a blessed afternoon and a blessed weekend. God bless y'all.
Ezekiel,
All right,
Ezekiel.
caller.
All right, bye. All right.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello,
Go ahead.
Senator and Spiritual Advisor.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Listen, I'm calling about the social service. It is true they get treated bad. They had, just 2 days ago, they had a senior disabled sitting down, and she got up and she went and she asked to use the restroom. And they told her no.
Wow.
Please address that. That is terrible.
I thank you.
This is Foxville. It's
Wow.
Foxville.
Yes. Thank you for your information.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Good. How you doing?
Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, I call them talk about the social service.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's a straight up it's a total disgrace. You have people going there that we can't afford to do better, we just up against the wall, and they refuse to give these people help. I went there and followed somebody that they said, come to the house and let them there come back. They said that they fed their grandchildren tuna or the cat and they had to look for the mustard.
Wow.
It is really what I need politicians that are doing anything about it.
Who's your MP?
They did 4 years ago due to the pandemic.
Who's your MP?
It was a joke that Cody Davis.
Well, she is a wonderful member of parliament.
Yeah, but she was better around the time doing for the people. I don't need to hear that. I need to see that.
I want you to lodge. I want you to hear me out for a second. Just go to headquarters and formally lodge a complaint. You have to let the MP know. MP don't know everything.
The baby is going to complain or he has to lay
My brother, all I'm saying to you is, yes, however you want, listen to me, however you want to vote, that's a personal matter. But in terms of what you want done, in terms of policy, formally lodge a complaint with your member of parliament. That's all I'm saying. I thank you for your contribution. Yeah. Hello.
Welcome to Freedom March. Yes, go ahead, caller. You're live.
I'm calling from South Beach.
Yes, ma'am.
My representative Barkers,
Yes, ma'am.
and I complain about him, and he see the hole in front of my house
Where's your house, ma'am?
in South Beach.
Exactly where in South Beach?
South Beach main entrance.
Main entrance. Where's
The main entrance of South Beach.
where the police station and the gas station is?
No, where the
Is that
Bougainvillea? Yes, the wide road.
Okay, yeah.
And you go down to the T junction and you turn right,
Uh-huh.
and you'll drive right up in my house, in my car porch.
What is the name of your street?
I don't know the name of the street. I don't know. All I know is South Beach Estate.
Okay.
And Barker see it.
All
I
right.
complained to him and he see it.
Personally?
Personally.
Okay. Well, there's no excuse since you spoke to him personally.
And
I'll have a chat with him.
My car, I'm a 81-year-old woman, and my car break up from going down in that deep hole in front of my house.
Okay.
And he see it
Okay. Well, if he sees it, there is no excuse.
over
Okay?
2 years ago.
Really?
And nobody come and fix it yet.
And the hole's still there?
And the hole's still there.
Okay, so if I entered Bougainvillea, that's the
Uh-huh.
entrance to your community. You go
Uh-huh.
straight to the T junction
You go straight down the wide road to the T junction.
and you turn left or right.
You turn right.
And when you get right, how far right?
Right down to the end of the corner.
Yes.
My house is an all white house. And a black car parked in the garage.
Okay, I have a Negro citizen who is coming in that area. I'm going to call him and tell him to pick me up and take me with him so I could find your house.
And please, when you come by, let me know you're there so I could say hi to you.
Okay, well, if you hear any car blowing horn, look out for me.
Okay.
You take good care.
And it's the truth. It's a disgrace about the pothole and so forth.
Well, I'll look at...
And listen to me.
Yes?
You don't need you calling your representative because they don't help.
Still do it for the record so
They
that...
only just help. They only just help you when time to vote.
Okay, but still for
Other than that, they don't help.
Notwithstanding that, you make sure for the record that you inform your member of
I
parliament.
did it before.
Okay.
I called the office before.
Then I am
And
coming.
he see it. And he see it.
Tomorrow, look for me.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Bye.
323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello.
Good afternoon, caller. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Televisor and Mr. Marker.
Hello, my dear.
Yeah, listen. Dr. Dwayne Stan should bite his tongue when he start talking about the pothole. They was in power. If he had pothole in the front of his house, why didn't they fix it? Everybody like they blaming Brave this or this and Brave this.
We're losing power. We're losing,
Guess what?
we're losing power, ma'am.
Listen.
We're losing power.
Hold on.
No. You hold on. Who's in power?
Listen.
No. You hold on.
Hold on, let the woman express herself, then you can rebut.
Yeah, but you be doing
Let
the
her
same thing. Now you
express
say you go?
herself. Let her
You do the
express
same thing.
herself. Just relax. Go ahead, my dear.
Listen, but you trying to cut me off.
No, I'm not trying to cut you off. I asked you who's in
Let
power.
her express herself, then you could rebut.
Listen to me, please, then. Okay, Mr. Marker. Okay, I can quiet down. Okay, when you, the former Prime Minister, Mr. Menace is in power, they can't even open their mouth. They only can open their mouth now because my Prime Minister is in
Amazing.
power. Where there's given a freedom of speech.
Okay, I
Understand?
thank you.
What are you trying to say to you, Mr. Marker?
I'm going to thank you for your comments. The spiritual advisor is allowing people to talk too long. I thank you for your comments. You've made a powerful point. Thank you very much. Next caller.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, good afternoon. I trust that it's all are well with you guys. Listen, with the guy who spoke regarding Joe Farrington Road pothole, I think it would be nice if he let Ms. Price know, because I saw her in passing last week or this week within the community painting up the median. So maybe he needs to bring it to her attention regarding his pothole. And another thing regarding the immigration parking. What is going on with that? There's no parking for people. Everyone is all over the street.
What you mean by
Because there's
immigration?
no parking. They have a parking.
What do you mean by immigration parking? What do you mean by that?
What the designated parking? They have a designated parking space further down from
Where?
their office.
Where?
But it's
Where?
always locked off.
Which office?
The immigration.
Man, they have a couple of offices. That's why I'm asking you which one you mean. Hawkins Hill?
Oh, yes, sir. Hawkins Hill.
Main
Okay.
office.
Do you know that opposite them there is parking facilities?
Their office parking facilities.
Opposite the area that is locked in.
Oh, no. They
They-
don't let you in there. That's only for their staff.
Staff, yes. You're correct.
Okay.
It's horrible.
You're correct.
Well, then you have to agitate with the government to break the contract with the Moscows and go someplace else. At the moment, Moscow has the government locked down. And by government, I don't mean the PLP only. I'm talking about the PLP and the F&M. So as long as it remains in Moscow building, there will be no parking for the public. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you take good care.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
dear.
you so much, Carl. How much time we got, producer? We almost at the end of the show, eh? Yeah. Pardon me? No, we're at the end of the show, Samuel.
Well, folks, we are coming to the end of the show. It's a weekend. I want people to be safe. Do well, everybody. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. It's powerful. Be safe. Let's take care of the old people. Let's not only be concerned about crime against them, we must feed them and clothe them and make sure they're getting their medication. It's powerful. You have a problem? Complain to your MP and document it. God save the King.